Hi guys, it's petit.pen. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be setting up my new bullet journal for 2024. We're heading straight to the grid spacing guide here because I already did my bujo cover page beforehand, which I filmed and posted as a reel actually on my Instagram. That's at petit.pen if you want to check it out. I'd really appreciate it. It's officially my second video now. I was supposed to upload a bunch of videos last year after August. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. But yeah, I was very busy at school. I did film them. Maybe I'll upload them this year? I don't know. Let's see. But now it's 2024. It's time for a new beginning. So here I'm doing my dot grid spacing guide. I've seen a lot of people dunk on this page about how it's not necessary. But to that I say, whatever floats your boat. This is just something I often use. I mean, that's what I like about the bullet journal. It's customizable to your needs. I'm color coding the ratios on my spacing guide. I used a dark blue fine Sharpie for the thirds and a peach one for the fourths. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I wish it was. Anyways, I drew a circle at the ends of the half spacings. I wrote the number where it separates using my white jelly roll just so it's easier to look back on and use. Moving on, I'm doing my period tracker. I just cut out the footage of me drawing the grid lines because I was very chaotic. Now I know there's like 100 apps for this if you're someone who also menstruates, but for me, I just keep forgetting to fill them up. Like, digital planners just don't work for me for some reason. I'm definitely someone who needs to write stuff down. So here I'm making a new kind of spread. I'm just ripping up this old paper bag again for the headers. Then I use this vintage paper for the corners. The set came with this thick gray paper, and I stamped individual letters and then cut it out. It's actually not that absorbent, so it took a while for the ink to dry. I mean, as you can see, it's smudged a lot, but I'm embracing the little imperfections this time. Over the past year, I've just found myself, rushing from one day to the next. And then I realized, like, whoa, I am not 100% the person that began the year. But I didn't have much thoughtful entries for me to look back on. I mean, 2023 was a roller coaster, definitely, and there were lots of times where I felt like I was letting precious memories slip by. I barely had time to record my thoughts, and for almost the 6 years I've been bullet journaling, I never really get the time or the peace of mind to reflect on the year I had and the kind of year I want to have. So I came up with 4 questions that I'll be reflecting on this month and later on in December that would be like bookends to my year. Here are the questions I used if you want to start your own. I mean, of course, you can totally make your own set of questions. It's really up to you. I call this my bookend spread, and it's kind of like a peek into my growth as a person this 2024. So now I'm doing my future log. I'm using a Dutch door spread just because it's cute and I don't have to redo the headers. As you can see, I'm slowly cutting the pages. I'm being careful because I don't want to cut through the rest of my journal. I actually repurposed this from a package I got. I bought a print from a local artist on Shopee, and they had this cardstock that they use so that the print doesn't bend. It has a double purpose now as a cutting mat. Did you see my magic tricks? Yeah. The secret is that I traced out some big serif letters onto this faux vintage paper. The letters on my heading actually kept ripping apart, but you can barely see it, thank goodness. A lot of glue was used today, a lot. I had to wash my hands and come back several times because apparently glue residue on your fingers can actually leave marks on your work, as I found out the hard way. for the calendars on my future log, I couldn't really find any Monday Start calendar stickers because that's what I prefer. So I just made my own using the same paper bag I've been ripping up in all my spreads. It's all handwritten too. I just didn't film it because it was very tedious and it took way too long. But it was super fun. It was a great way to unwind and focus after my finals. So now I'm writing the months with the peach Sharpie I used earlier. It does bleed a little bit on the back, but it's not really a big deal for me. It's just a small imperfection. It doesn't matter. Now I'm using the fine liner side of my Tombow brush pen to add a line that separates the months. My next spread is another one of my favorites from last year. This is my What I Watched list, where I log movies and series that I watched for the first time. Just recently, my family and I went to the cinemas to watch a couple of MMFF entries. For those of you not from the Philippines, this is a film fest that showcases Filipino films around Christmas time to New Year's. I really missed going to the cinema. Before the pandemic, I collected all my movie tickets and even put them in a special box. If that's something that you also do, please comment down below just so I know I'm not alone. So I actually changed my mind about where to put the washi tape, so as you can see, I just took it off and then put it at the bottom. I'm gluing some paper stars like in the other spreads, but this time they're lined up like a star rating, the way we rate movies and series. Now I'm setting up the table that I'll fill in with my shows and movies. I'm gonna divide it into 3 columns. So now I'm using my Tombow dual brush pen, and if you're curious what the shade is, it's shade 790. So in this spread, there's space for the release year, title, and my 5-star rating. Sometimes I put a single sentence review after the title if there's space. I actually saw this layout from another creator on Instagram a few years ago, but I forgot who it was and I didn't save it. I'm sorry. With all our spreads done, now let's have the final flip through. I can't wait for what this year holds. I really hope I get to fill this journal and this setup with a lot of meaningful entries. Stay tuned for my next video and I hope to see you real soon. Bye!